gonna celebrate the oxygen strand. Pointless unboxing, pointless unboxing. Pointless unboxing, pointless unboxing.
Hello, welcome. Hey, there's no Blu-ray. What's going on? I just want a couple of seconds of your time to ask you if you'd please subscribe. I know a lot of people watch my videos and that's very much appreciated. I'd really like a few more people to actually subscribe. Maybe tell a friend about the channel and help me out a little bit. I've got a very small channel. I don't make any money. But hey, maybe if enough of you subscribe and tell other people, I can get my videos monetized by YouTube. You never know, and it would really help me out. And you see these little guys, maybe every once in a while, if you like a video, give me a little thumbs up. Anyway, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Please subscribe. And I'd really appreciate it. Now, from me to him, bye! Hello, it's The Exorcist 3, or William Peter Blatty's Exorcist 3, which is important because he's the original writer of the book, and he's also a writer of what was originally called Legion, which I believe, getting ahead of ourselves here, there is a version of Legion, which is a version of The Exorcist 3, on this box set, which we will get to and I will talk about as well because it's quite interesting. If you've never seen The Exorcist 3 and you were put off by The Exorcist 2 The Heretic, which no one will blame you for, it's okay. It's a very weird film. Let's be honest, it's not a very good film, but it is a curio and I can't help myself. I do actually own the Blu-ray, the Arrow release recently of that. I thought about doing an unboxing, but then I thought, who really wants that? Does anyone want that? I mean, if you're watching this and you want that, let me know in the comments and I'll do an unboxing because I'm probably not going to watch it anytime soon, so it will be sitting there sealed. Moving on from that, don't let that put you off The Exorcist 3. It is well worth watching. It has a different tone entirely to the first film, but my God, is it a great movie. It also contains one of the greatest, if not the greatest, jump scare moment in all horror film history. An amazing performance by George C. Scott, and my favourite thing of all, it has Brad Dourif playing the Gemini killer, I think he's called, who gives the performance of a lifetime. It is so good to watch. It's only matched by possibly, of all things, his performance in an episode of X-Files called Beyond the Sea, in which he plays a mass murderer on death row who may or may not be a psychic, and he gives a performance which is quite similar to the Gemini killer performance. Producers of X-Files really had to pay for, because apparently there was a lot of finagling with what he was going to get paid, and eventually they sort of gave in and gave him all the money, but it was worth every penny. So whether you're a fan of X-Files or not, or if you just like Brad Dourif, check that episode out because it's fantastic. Anyway, I've done some extra waffles. This is the Arrow store exclusive, so it comes with the original cover, but I'm pretty sure beyond this we'll get the newer cover as well. I'm not sure if it's still got it on the store. These ones probably sell out pretty fast. Obviously, it's the 4K now. Scream Factory or Shout Factory did have a release of this not long ago. Way of special features, of course, first of all, it's 4K, which means that you will be able to play it universally. But the Blu-ray disc, you know, that's going to be region B, so that's going to be the Europeans only and not going to be for the Americas, I'm afraid. In the way of special features, you've got a reversible sleeve with original and newly commissioned artwork. You've got an illustrated collector's booklet featuring writing on the film by Lee Gamblin and archival articles and reviews. I have an audio commentary by critics Alessandra Helen Nicholas and Josh Nelson, audio interview with writer-director William Peter Blatty, Deaf Be Not Proud, The Making of The Exorcist 3, an in-depth 2016 documentary divided into 5 chapters. Chapter 1, A Wonderful Time, an interview with producer Carter DeHaven and members of the supporting cast and production crew. Chapter 2, Signs of the Gemini, an interview with actor Brad Dourif. Chapter 3, The Devil in the Details, an interview with producer, designer Leslie Dilliam Moore. Chapter 4, Music for a Padded Cell, an interview with composer Barry DeVozen. Chapter 5, All This Bleeding, interviews about the additional shoot and special effects. The Exorcist 3, vintage interviews, archival interviews with cast and crew members featuring William Peter Blatty, producer James Robinson, actor George C. Scott, Jason Miller, Grand L. Bush, and Ed Flanders. Falling Down a Long Flight of Steps, an interview with special effects artist Randy Moore, The Exorcist 3 vintage featurette, making of documentary with an on-set footage and interviews, deleted scenes, alternate takes and bloopers, image galleries, trailers, TV spots, and radio spots. And now here we get the interesting part. What we have here is a re-put together from the bits and pieces they had, the best that they could do. I've seen the version of this one before, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be similar to the Scream Factory, Shout Factory release. What they did is they originally shot the film, and I think that was the actor that was the original priest in the first film. I think he had a problem with drinking, and they tried to reshoot around that and had problems with this, that, and the other. So eventually they decided to cut it all down. Then there was a lot of studio interference saying, hey, it's not an Exorcist film, we need you to put some Exorcist-y more stuff in there. So they changed the ending, which I must say I much prefer the ending in the Legion director's cut version. Because yeah, you can tell it's a studio ending. It's not great. As great as this film is, you shouldn't be put off by the ending. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It stinks of the studio interference. So anyway, what they did was a lot of people wanted this version, so they got as much as they could get together. I think a lot of it was only in kind of video VHS format quality, and they put it together as best they could and came up with Legion. And so it exists on here. I watched both back to back a while ago, and I have to say I still prefer theatrical cut, ending included, mainly because I just absolutely adore Brad Dourif's performance in it. But I can see, and had this been put together in a better way or more of a quality source that they could have used, maybe my mind had been changed, but I don't think so. But it is well worth having as a curio on Blu-ray. For sure. So what they've said here is it is 1080p presentation of Legion's director's cut assembled from the best available film and video elements. And you also have a Legion audio commentary with esteemed film critics Mark Kermode and Kim Newman. They really are esteemed film critics as well. Now that I will definitely watch because I don't think I've seen that. Deleted prologue and alternative opening in Legion. Optional audio commentary from Mark Kermode and Kim Newman. And they are the OG British film review critics. It's certainly a massive fan. I've been a Mark Kermode for many years from a child, and Kim Newman also freaking phenomenal. He normally does a lot of reviews of more budget and hammer horror and B-movie type fare, and he's a writer as well. Anyway, enough promoting of other people. Let's see what this looks like, shall we? So as I said before, this is the Arrow Video Store original cover, exclusives to them, and then I'm guessing on the inside, same there, we're going to get the other one, which is a fantastic picture. So I'm assuming we're going to get a little booklet. If you've not seen the film, you might want to look away. It's definitely worth your time. It is a fantastic film in its own right, let alone a great sequel to a film that just you wouldn't imagine would have such a great sequel. It really does. And we're not talking about The Heretic. But hey, there are apologists out there for The Heretic. There are some people that really enjoy The Heretic. I think even Martin Scorsese said that he's a fan. There's been other people that have tried to defend that film over the years. There's moments in it that are pretty good, but I can't say I'm really a fan. I'm just a bit of a completionist. So there's some gubbins. There's your disc, your 4K. And there's your Blu-ray of Legion, I assume. So we don't have a Blu-ray of the theatrical cut here. Just in case you were thinking of getting it for that, there is a separate Blu-ray release. But again, that's going to be Region B, I imagine. That is what you get. And sorry if I waffle too much on this one. Bye!